It's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Muriah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Nima Akasha Zubiri.
That's my little Sophie.
How you doing?
I was deep in thought too.
I love your outfit today. Like,
Thank
I really
you.
wish it was my size. My God, but it's not my size. I really
It's just that height too. That's
I'm
just
telling
how
you,
I shot
just
it.
a beautiful outfit. What's your name? Is the scarf around your...
It's my sweater.
You cold? It's not cold now.
No, I wait.
Hide
It's
it.
figures that make the dresses.
We know figure stitches is gonna be.
Yes.
I love this one.
I just want to say thank you to my support system.
Oh.
Seriously. Yesterday I felt a bit overwhelmed the entire weekend working, and so I went to the hospital. Had an X-ray done. I did a test. Until nothing's wrong with you. Go and sleep. After spending hours in the hospital, I still felt tired, and I wondered how lack of coming to wait for the bus, get the kids on the bus, and all of that. And then I call her short. She goes back, does this, does that. So I just want to shout out to if you're watching. I doubt that she is. She's always on the romantic channels. If you're watching, I love you. Thank
Romantic.
you.
They are singing.
I'm telling you.
We know them. I need something.
I'm good. Grateful to God. So happy new month. 1st of February marks 1 year of Rep 360. Wow.
It's today.
Just yesterday.
like that.
What day exactly?
1st of February.
Oh,
1st of February.
Congratulations.
Happy new month.
Yeah.
We are going to come and shop by now.
Yeah. The journey.
Yeah.
So I was going to do a party and I was all planning everything, but I just told myself, like, yeah, in my heart I'm grateful, but I'm not going to put myself under pressure to do what everybody expects you should do. When looking at my numbers, it does not tally.
Yeah.
In order of priority, I cannot create the budget for it. So I know many people, like even my staff, they thought we were going to do something today. But I said,
out for a simple lunch.
like, calm down. We are targeting something.
Yeah.
We will celebrate, but we will not use other people's money to celebrate. We will not do grand celebration. But yeah, I will do that. I really will. I will. Because I'm really grateful to God because it's...
This last year.
Yes, it's 1 year.
Done well.
1 year.
And the review is good.
God
has been great.
Yeah, God has been faithful, honestly.
Fantastic.
It's
You
been
can't shout.
amazing. I cannot but
You
thank
can't
God.
complain. How you doing, Mariam?
I'm fine, thank you. Today I woke up and it's just tears of joy. See, I've had
Reviews, Abby?
no, not about my book. I've had a friend who has had a pretty rough time, and that rough time has taken her many years. You know how someone is hardworking, it's everything, but just things just don't seem to just, gel. And just out of the blue, God just did something amazing for her. I mean, we're both crying over the phone. Like, you just know that it had to be God. And for me, it was also a message for me that, He's watching. Even our little things and what we're going through, He's watching. And also for Nigerians, I know a lot of us are complaining, things are tough, and was looking for different illegal, ways to make ends meet. He will show up for you. Just keep at it, and He will show up.
Your name. He knows every thought in your heart.
Yes.
I'm so glad that,
So I am. I'm so happy for my sister. I am truly happy for her.
Yesterday I broke down. I just broke down because I was driving and I just started crying. I'm just overwhelmed. There's just so much stuff pulling me here, and I'm like, right, you really need to sit down and just start to shed some weight. Like I'm taking on too much. I need to shed because I was feeling like overwhelmed. There's just too much stuff I'm doing. So I really need to come back down to the basics. I'll start over and strip it down. So take it out. Let's go on the break. It's Tuesday. It's a new month. Let's be excited. Yay! It's going to break. It's Valentine's month, so men out there better start planning. Hey,
For the women.
at least men.
Yes.
Please. Men, start planning. It's just, you got 2 weeks.
Let them know but they're always yapping
Just
us for
if you
giving
don't have a
book
plan,
first.
I'm a woman.
You
I'm
both
sorry. Let them plan. Let them do their man's show and talk about that. But this one, please, men, get ready. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we're going to go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Before we go to our front page review, I have to remind you of our boat cruise. Yeah. The ladies of Your View will be embarking on a boat cruise February 12th. And we'll definitely would love our fans to be part of this celebration. You can get the information on TVC to get the details. I think it's 100,000 per couple for us. And it's going to be nice music, dance, games, lots of food, great music. You're going to have a great time with the ladies of your view. So please, I think there should be a contact email address. I'll send it to you as soon as we have it. We'll have it so you can call us and set up an appointment to get all the details. Take your spouse out with us. Okay, let's start with The Nation. Why APC is in crisis by Buni Reconciliation Panel. Revenue generating agencies get 3 trillion naira target. CBN restructures forex bidding process. High Chiefs withdraws suit to end Olubadan succession now. EFCC slams 2.9 billion naira fraud charges on Okorocha. Ex-Imo Governor Tambuwal to run for president. Okay, which story? And there's Oromoni's coroner's inquest stalled. Okay,
then we take the AP. Why APC is in crisis? So, as we know, the APC is looking to their, on the 26th of February, they're looking to their national convention. And in preparation for that, and also the election year and everything that's happening, they're talking about reconciliation, right. You know. So the caretaker committee, you know, just says one of the reasons why there's so much that seems to be going wrong right now within the party is because of ego, perception, you know. There's a lack of unity amongst people. The members have, like, they are elevating their personal interests above national interests. And for me, the reason I took this story, because, you know, I would usually not bother with political stories, was almost every election year, no matter what the ruling party is, there's always this situation where there's infighting constantly. So I want to find out, when these parties are set up, what is the lifespan of these parties, and what do they expect? How do they expect to transition from one administration to the next? Shouldn't there be a better way to handle this sort of crisis than every time there's an election we're sitting down discussing how our future leaders, the ones whom we may be electing, are, you know, busy squabbling within each other? I just think they should do it better. That's all.
The story I missed in the Nation, which I was going to take, which was the Ekiti primary, the 98th. Remember we took that story. So they've been arraigned in front of the magistrate court. 98 of them, they had all sorts of rifles. They were on their way to Ekiti State through Oyo, and they were in front of the chief magistrate, Mrs. Titilayo Olaloru, on charges of threatening violence and unlawful possession of firearms, amongst many others. The prosecutor said they were going through Osun State and Ekiti. And there was something that really caught my attention. They had 6 Dane guns, 98 cartridges, knives, cutlass, charms, 2 pump action guns, and so many other firearms. And you're thinking, are you going for a terrorist
What's happening?
Event? You know, so, I mean, I'm happy that they were arrested and been arraigned, and I hope that indeed they get prosecuted and they get put in jail.
So I wanted to do a follow.
98, so how are you going to do them? Yes.
I want to follow up on the Sylvester, the late Sylvester Oromoni story. The coroner inquest has been stalled because the father and his sister didn't show up. The counsel to the Oromonis explained that the reason they did not show up was because the sister, who was supposed to also testify, wasn't feeling fine, and the father had to take care of the sister. However, an issue was raised, which is that Sylvester Oromoni Sr. is talking to the press. He did interview, even though the judge, magistrate Kadiri, had already said that there was nobody should talk to the press, and that he was going to, she would have to probably summon the father to come and address why is he still speaking to the press. He is not a coroner, and he shouldn't be making, he shouldn't decide what the coroner should do to the press, you know.
The National Assembly has decided to set a target for all MDAs, revenue generating agencies of government. So they're targeting 3 trillion for each of them annually. And according to the special assistant to the Senate President, he said the National Assembly assumes that, and he said that so that government-owned agencies can generate 3 trillion naira annually, each of them. The Senate committee chairman on finance, Olamide Kwabiola, he also said that government needs this revenue, so they need the government agencies to get on their feet. But the custom boss has answered them that why not take care of the clashes with all the laws?
Right.
That the laws of finances puts the FIRS as the major generator of some of this, and stops them from doing their own job and getting the funds from government.
All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back and continue, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Does your toothpaste give you At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that all you're gonna say? Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ tó jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup, check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script, check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR, check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Okay, we're going to continue with the punch. APC February Convention on Certain Peace Panel demands extension. Human parts found with me for my ex-boss promising me 30 million naira reward. EFCC detains Medview airline boss for alleged $900,000 Hajj fraud. Landowner returns Unilag lecturers 6 million naira after Punch report. Those pushing for polls without restructuring political criminals, says Gani Adams. 98 suspected political thugs arrested in Ikiti. Fear grips Ikiti community over influx of herdsmen, farms deserted. National Assembly threatens sanctions against MDAs over secret lopsided recruitment. Okorocha unveils presidential bid, knocks zoning ex-governor charged with 2.9 billion naira fraud. Okay.
Yes. This EFCC.
Yeah.
So EFCC has detained the managing director of Medview Airline, Alhaji Munir Bankole. And the story is that the National Hajj Commission and Medview had signed a contract to airlift pilgrims. And he was paid 50% upfront and also paid $900,000 in addition. This was 2019. And he did not execute his own side of the contract. And so and he did not even return the money they gave him. So EFCC picked him up. And I'm wondering, what would be the explanation for that? I mean, you get 50%, you get 900,000, and this is something that is time-specific, time-bound. So what could have happened, and how are you able to get away with it from 2019 to 2021?
But I see it more as a civil matter than an EFCC matter.
Okay.
I think it was because that's an agreement you failed, and you should pursue civil.
So Amotekun in Ondo State have arrested a man named Timothy Odeniyi for having human parts. He's a 35-year-old man. He went to a gravesite, I think, and he cut up hands and legs. And when he was interviewed and interrogated, he said that he was arrested with these human legs and hands, and said that his boss in Lagos said he'll pay him 30 million naira for these body parts. Now, Amotekun was down saying that we have to be very, very careful because there are lots of this happening almost on a daily where they're catching people with human parts. I think we need to get tasers, or we need to get, what do you call that thing, pepper spray. Because I don't know, people keep kidnapping.
We just need to realize that our guest yesterday said returning dignity to humanity. Like, we no longer recognize, and that is a big deal. People were asking, he did not say what he's going to do. He said he's going to return dignity. That you don't understand
that's
that.
the foundation.
That's the foundation.
Yeah.
That is the
You can't build
core.
something or nothing.
You can't build something or nothing. As long as we don't appreciate the human life,
yes, the value,
and value human life, then we will continue to. That is really sad.
Speak another
So
story.
I want to take the National Assembly threatening sanctions against MDA. So the Senate Committee on Federal Character and Intergovernmental Affairs has threatened to sanction the ministries and departments and agencies of government on lopsided recruitment. They are insisting that they would invoke legislative sanctions on them. That's through the chairman of the committee, Senator Danju Mala. He said something that sounded very laudable, but this is popular among MDAs, and we know how it's done. I'm wondering, how would the legislative sanctions go? What weight will they carry? Would the MDAs even be shaking right now because of this threat? I think that they can do something more.
Really sad.
More.
Ekiti states, they say fear has gripped people within a particular community. Okeako, Ajoni local council development area of Ekiti State, that trucks brought in about 60 Fulani men, and that the Oba, the regent of Okeako, had to petition the governor of the state that they are worried farmers have deserted their farms because they don't know what to do. That currently the farmland they usually farm with, 70% of the farmland is already taken over by herders, and they are grazing there. And so the little one they have left, people now came with trucks. So my worry is I know that we're all together, but we're all together and it's freedom of movement, but how do you check this thing? Where somebody just arrives in a community, they bring in people and a truck comes in, is you can't evict them because like it's wrong, we're all Nigerians. But how do we find the peace before anything
That's why
wrong
the governor
happens?
of, was it Akeredolu, was saying that everybody must be registered. Once you're going to be found within our own region, you must be registered. There has to be a process. You can't just show up and
Because now they're announcing that they want security men there because they can't farm, and that would influence them being able to go out. They want more
and
security
they could be
presence.
legitimate businessmen. So let's do the right thing. So either way,
Nigeria is one country, so we are free to move here and there.
So
And
how
we
do
must learn to
Yeah, because
But the problem is, where the lines are not drawn. So
Yes.
if a person's activities affect the activities of another person, there should be legal ways to do it and quick.
Yes,
not slow
because when
system
3 trucks arrive,
to
where would they
deal
stay?
with it.
Where
No,
would their cattle stay?
They can settle in
Nigeria.
the truth is, it's just lack
to
of
find
data
that balance.
that has gotten us here. They can move. I can decide to leave Lagos.
So the
today,
truth is
move
that,
somewhere and
but the
settle
truth is that if
somewhere.
you want to do a business in the state, usually you go there first, you survey the place, you register, people know that, okay, I'm coming with my
And
truck.
see, we're talking of rural people.
Urban,
We are not
urban
registering and
movements.
yes.
Nobody goes anywhere to survey anywhere.
People are
You carry your bag.
Yes,
those
so
days.
What I'm saying, you're not hearing me. The governor of Ondo State said, I want to be able to register. So if he's going to put a system in place, yes, that's not what pertains right now. But I say what he was trying to do is like, let's begin
that
to
we can
register
track.
everybody so we know who is who.
That's
So
for herders coming in with their cattle, registering as herder farmers
Yes.
on those
Yes,
states.
that's what I'm saying.
In Ekiti State now, they just have Fulani, people of Fulani descent arrive the state and then they are panicking.
Yes.
The reason they are panicking, of course, is because they don't know, precedents, and we don't have.
any other story? Let's move on quickly to Vanguard, APC convention, CPC, AC. I noticed that you guys didn't take any of these political stories.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay,
I
fantastic.
took one for
Over 12 persons killed as gunmen attack repentant bandits in Castina. Nigeria others must leverage technology to facilitate energy access transition, says Mele Kyari. National Assembly transmits Electoral Act Amendment Bill to Buhari for assent. Hoodlums raise Obasanjo's mango farm in Benue. Stop lopsided hirings. Senate wants MDAs. Suspected herders kill Benue Information Commissioner's brother. And heightened insecurity threat to 2023 poll, says INEC. All right, which story are we taking?
So the Obasanjo farms, according to the chairperson of Gwa East local government area of Benue State, funny circumstance led to a fire that gulped 139 hectares. Vanguard is saying it's 140 hectares farmland of the former, same, of the former president in Benue State. This is a well-guarded mango farm, well perimetered and guarded place, but fire started there suddenly and gulped over half of that. destroyed over half of that, and it's unexplainable in the story, but according to the chairperson who is speaking, but this loss has been suffered. They're suspecting hoodlums.
So in Katsina State, reprisal attack on repentant bandits in Ilela village has claimed 12 lives. So the story is that there was this particular very popular bandit known as Mani Tarua, who he had repented. He was well known for terrorizing these communities. Repented. I even got a lot of the bandits to repent, and then since then has been protecting their communities. And some of the bandits now came, tried to fight them, but this man and his people were able to protect the community and stop them from attacking that community. But they came back, and this time around they overpowered these repentant bandits, razed houses, killed 12 people. According to some of this report, the military has stepped in, sent the terrorists away, has helped to maintain peace. The people said they've already buried their dead. And they said that many of them are relocated, that even eyewitnesses say that they cannot even say exactly how many people were killed in this attack.
It seems headers are also on the prowl again. You know, the time it kind of was really heightened, then it came to have to come down. But now the Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism in, I think, which state was this, the Benue State? In Benue State, yes. His brother was murdered by suspected herders, and he was killed, and he said that he was coming to his farm, and he started shouting, raise alarm in the village. Of course, they started shooting at him, and they took him to the hospital. The first hospital they took him to, unfortunately, there was no doctor available. They rushed him to another hospital in Oweto. Unfortunately, 3 hours later, he died. That was the brother of the Commissioner for Information. In a related story, in a different state, I think this was in Ondo State, a woman was raped and killed by suspected herdsmen on her farm in Elijah Council. So these herders seem to be back again, and I guess that's probably why some of these communities are scared when you see truckload of herders coming into your community. So this is
it's just sad that legitimate headers of Fulani origin now will now begin to cannot do their legitimate business anymore. The action of a few criminal elements is now rubbing off on everybody from that region. Really, really sad.
Okay, let's move on quickly now to Daily Sun. 2023, hope rises as Buhari gets amendment electoral bill for assent. 2.9 billion naira EFCC slams 17-count charge on Rochas Okorocha. My successor will inherit stable democracy and revamped security forces, says Buhari. Mass failure in police recruitment exams. EFCC returns 11 recovered property to Arthur Eze. JAMB shifts 2022 UTME to May. And Indorama denies emitting Sooth in Rivers.
Okay. JAMB has, shifted their exams to May this year, but then they've added 2 new courses to, the JAMB exam. The combination is usually Maths, English, and any other courses, but I've never seen computer science, computer studies. Okay, that's now, good. So they've added that, and they've also added the first physical and health education. I'm wondering for which course would that qualification be? But now maybe for physical and health courses, that is now in the JAMB exam combination. So I'm sure their syllabus would be immediately reviewed so that we can have that done. Also,
reflecting the times, I guess.
Yeah. Responding to the Rivers State Governor, Idoma Petrochemical Limited, LMA, is saying that they are not contributing to, and they are not one of those companies generating hazardous pollution to the environment in Rivers State, that they are a clean company, and they took some reporters on a tour of their facility, saying they also generate fertilizers for over 32 million farmers in the country working at that plantation.
Right. The former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha, after declaring for presidency, was invited by his friends of EFCC. Him and EFCC have been going back and forth, and ongoing back even while he was governor. So they've been friends, quite close friends. So they slammed him with 2.9 billion naira fraud charges, saying that he conspired to steal that amount of public funds between 2014 and 2016. And that's pretty much what the article was saying.
Let them not do any media trial. Let them just focus. Let prosecution start.
Okorocha is actually a strong person.
Yes.
He's never rested since he left government.
Well, he's running for office. Let him run for office in
every week.
Yeah, go ahead.
Police Service Commission yesterday said that more than 90% of applicants seeking recruitment into the Nigerian police force have consistently failed to score up to 30% in the examinations. I'll just read it. It says that part of the challenges the commission discovered is that the applicants had academic challenges. And then it also seemed that we were not giving the best of us. The best of us do not apply to join the police service. And he says that if our responsible and upright young ones are discouraged from joining the police, where are we going to source for police officers of our dreams? Police and policing are a noble act and deserve the best of the society to join and change the narrative on the issue of internal security. And so for me, I get that where you would want the best to also to apply, but the majority of people who are applying shows you is a reflection of what is really happening, the sort of people that we have. These are people also that want to make the best of their lives. So I think short term, it is not a hot topic, but in short term, maybe the training colleges should be able to train these people from scratch until we start to do better, in our local schools and everything, making sure children are going to schools, making sure that they are properly equipped schools, better trained teachers, and then when we have applications like this, we'll have better, more informed, better educated applicants.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. We're out of time. It's going to break. When we come back from what our hot topics, stay with us to break.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review, and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
kádàrá aláwọ̀ àkàkàjù. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ ọkú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
So, we have a problem. Serious problem. Many online users within the social media space were actually sent into a state of disbelief when a video broke out. 3 teenagers declared in a video saying convincingly that they want to learn Yahoo. Not just that. Every single day, we hear about ritual killings where people are taking body parts, eyes, butchering human beings, going to the graveyard, taking fresh body people for certain amounts of money. And sometimes it's even young people that have been recruited to do these things. Here, 25, 30, 18, and you're thinking, what is the world turning into? This morning, we're not just going to talk about the problems, because that's one of the things we talk about very easily. But how can we move from here to where we ought to be? As Topper said earlier, our guest yesterday was talking about human dignity. We don't regard each other anymore. What can we do? And please, let's not start with the leaders. I'm really tired of this leaders thing. But we really need to talk to ourselves on what we need to do. I'd like to hear Nigerians' thoughts on this. You can call us on the usual numbers, 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also send us messages on YouTube, Facebook, also on Twitter, #YourViewTVC. We'd like to read your tweets. Okay, so let's start with this issue of I want to be a Yahoo. I mean, I was watching a video. Was it Mind Valley? I was going to send it to you ladies. You know, I was talking about saying that you waste 4 or 5 years in university for stuff that is not going to be useful for you when you graduate. Like all of us have gone to school, and what the world is demanding right now is not being taught really in schools. So the same thing, the kind of job opportunities young people are looking at right now is not something. It's a whole different ballgame. They're looking at Yahoo as a career. Convincingly, like, listen, it's a job. And what is a job really? What you do to give you money to have the basic needs, to give you fulfillment. Many of these young kids find fulfillment in this act, in this practice. And their families are well taken care of, whether we like it or not. Wow. There was a woman that was saying that, I think I can't remember what it was, just saying that at least with all the Yahoo, at least we have a house to stay in.
Wow.
They have a car to move around, and they're okay. So there's a value proposition in this vice. How do we turn it around? We don't know where to start.
Oh, it's Moriah, when you define what work is, it actually, it seems like this is work, but then we forget that this is criminality. So we call it Yahoo. It's actually internet fraud, and it is a criminal act. It's as good as you saying, Oga, teach me how to steal. I want to become a thief. I want to become an armed robber. The arm now that you are using to rob is your laptop. So essentially, you are stealing, you're a criminal. That is the job you are enrolling for. And it's very worrisome that we see people aspire to that. And parents are counseling their children into that career path, a life of criminality. And it just shows how low our humanity has gone, to the extent that we don't mind if it requires killing somebody anyhow for me selfishly to be fine. So those are the things we need to deal with, is the fact that we have lost value for human life and we have blurred the lines between right and wrong. So now everything is permissible if it will make you happy, if it will make you good. And that is where we need to go back to, strengthening our value system, strengthening the ability to decipher between what is right and what is wrong. And maybe we'll start undoing the damage that has happened over the years. It's worrisome.
Nima, your thoughts on this?
I pray for a magic one too.
As in magic?
Magic, as in I want it to flip back to sanity. Such level of insanity, I can't understand. I used to worry that, people find it difficult to question the source of wealth. But when we were growing up, it was normal. Our parents would say, be careful, I don't want to see you around this family. Because you see, we don't know what their father really does. We just see that they eat every day, And suddenly, as I got into teenage age, it became gossip that, why are you worried why they eat? I remember saying, my parents were like, Auntie, I've told you, I don't want to see you in so circle, because we cannot explain how. It was okay to be known to sell pepper. We were known as Omoyelero. We grind their pepper. As in, nobody that knows me in my teenage age that does not know how much pepper we grind. That's what we grew up with. It was okay. Suddenly, one person wanted to embarrass me once. So I took offense. I said, it's a legitimate source. You cannot come and see my mother tying wrapper tomorrow and be thinking maybe she had done prostitution or something. Because you know what I also was. It's okay to do that. Suddenly it became things that people would talk down at. And the moment we started to do that and celebrate the means that we did not know, because, money was everything, see where we are today. So much insanity happening around us. And the jokes that people make, maybe it's our mouth that we use to, because they say with your mouth carefully. Is a popular slogan amongst kids. And so much worry. Everywhere, people wearing diapers, going to the ATM, people killing. Imagine those teenagers. The oldest of the 4 boys who killed that young girl in Abeokuta was 19. The 3 boys who wanted to do, not be Yahoo Plus, not just the normal one. They know the difference. The oldest was 15. They left their houses, they left their parents. If they hit the money and they came back home, their parents would not worry. Here is what used to happen those days. When you come home, our mothers will say, where is this bag? You don't work out, be okay. Before you know it, there will be a big quarrel. I used to wonder how my mom used to just love quarreling. You could not even get gifts from a boy. Now it's so normal. Girls will just explain, why are you envious of me? Why will a child under my watch use the same phone that I use?
Let me go on a break. When we come back, we continue this conversation and dig further. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News, watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News, watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this really painful discussion about the fact that young people are getting into Yahoo. Now, yeah, let me take it from this angle, because somebody was giving me a description where if you put Gary, like a handful of Gary, on the table and mix it with some groundnuts. Now, many of us that speak and talk and all that, we have the groundnuts. But the real mass is the grains. And we can talk to each other, we can talk to the young people around us. They are the groundnuts. But the Gary is spread across our town. Who is reaching the grains? Who is talking to this Gary? Who are the people connected to the people in the Garies to ensure that they are, because many of them are the ones involved in these practices. How do we reach them?
We reach them by the sort of things that we say as presenters on TV, as journalists, as entertainers, musicians, you know, all that sector. What are we, when we sit down, we speak, what are we highlighting? What are we celebrating? What are the sort of things that we're encouraging? There's somebody I follow on Facebook, and just this, he says, if you no get money, hide your face. So what have we said? Just that sentence. What have you said to somebody when you do that? It means when you say, get rich or die trying, what have you said to the next person? That it takes you, no matter what it takes, no matter who it takes, you must make sure you have money, because that is the only way you have dignity. It does not matter that a human person has no value if the person has no money. And until we start to move away from that religion of materialism and money grabbing, sensibility, you know, things, we will continue and constantly be in this position. Those Yahoo boys, the ones that murdered the girl, they said that they had seen it on a platform, what to do, all the ingredients that they needed to do this. There's someone preaching to them. There's someone talking to them. So those ones will be the, so in your gari and groundnut, and then we have stones inside. The stones are reaching to some people. But one thing is, if we look at this particular group of people who did this, we would say that they are from the rural area and that they believe in juju and sort of, you know, they believe that these sort of things will work. And I feel that that argument would have worked, you know, maybe 2 years, 3 years ago. But now, educated people we hear believe these things. I want to know the source of this conversation. Who said to them, and where have they seen it, that killing someone, going to graveyards and taking body parts, yes, that it turns into money. Please, if it was Wimbo, let us put the science out there. Let us see the beginning and the end of it, where it brings money.
When did we stop
we need to educate people. Sometimes a lot of it comes from from illiteracy, from just lack of education and exposure. Where does it translate?
Let me take Chesson. Chesson, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just want you to remember there was a time when this Yahoo started. Oluman Ken sang a song, Yahoo, Yahoo, to encourage these people. And then later, what's the name of this guy? King Shaki Lowo, Yawa, or whatever. Then those people have been encouraging all these guys. Okay, I know of a family member. This I know his younger brother happens, maybe he's even in school, start drop out or whatever. This guy went into Yahoo. He's been making big money. He even bought a house, bought a venture, living a large, living a big life. And he has another brother who is a graduate. He earned like 100,000, and he has a family with two kids. Then in the family, when they want to have a family meeting, whatever, they don't even allow the other brother to talk. They say, no, wait, let your younger brother, who bought the house for the family, as in for the parents, let him talk. Yep. You understand? At the end of the day, our parents too, they are not really helping issues. Because they will make you understand that you were failed. We sent you to university and you've not been able to pay back to them. Meanwhile, your younger brother is doing well. He bought a house, he bought a car, he's living a beautiful life. While you are still struggling with your family to make, I mean, the society.
Thank you very much, Chesson. You see, we need to launch some kind of a campaign against this.
I just didn't want to make it, I just didn't also want to make it about musicians, because many times when we talk about this, we go straight to the musicians. Sometimes they're thinking about what is already happening. We need to also talk to the parents, like you gave an example. What are you encouraging? What are you promoting in your homes? As teachers, when you have 2 students in your class and one does not, her uniform, she comes in, is torn and everything, it does not matter how brilliant she is, she just does not look rich enough for you. And so she will be bullied not only by the students, but by the teacher as well. What are you telling that child? That no matter how brilliant or smart you are, it does not matter because you do not have money. When people are given respect, when every time someone says to you, this is what I would like to do, and you'll be like, How much money is in it? It should not be just about the money. It's about, is the person happy? Is the person doing something right? Is the person doing something legal? And that enough is value, and that enough should be celebrated.
Let me take this call. Yakub, are you there? I'll come to you, Topper.
Good morning.
Yes.
And good morning, Miriam, Mama Didi, good morning. And then Sister Nima, good morning to you, ma'am.
Morning.
You see, let me just bust first the point of the last caller. Let me add another one. There's one guy think that Yahoo, Nigogoa, you know all those things. You see, some lyrics that we listen to in this country, who is controlled our film industry and all that? Because those little boys, when somebody say Yahoo, Nigogoa, Olelo Mole, Yahoo, Nigogoa, it's all those kind of a thing. Meaning that everybody, sometimes when I listen to all these guys, I wonder what is the message they are trying to pass through. But I can even say this: the parent has a lot of role to play here. Why am I saying that? There's a proverb in my language says that so you see, I'm sure Nima can be able to translate that very particular word, because your son, he did not do anything, and then it's not a dry cleaner, and then he brought clothes home every time. You did not ask as a parent, where did you get it from? You see, when a parent is celebrating 18-year-old son, 19-year-old son, buy MS, buy all sorts of cars, that my son is already blown. And then, at the end of the day, when this thing is not come again, they resorted to go and killing girlfriends, killing this, killing that, in order for them to do the Yahoo plot. So our security agents has to do a lot of things. Because when you saw all these boys, and then when they get them arrested, we that we live in locality, we still challenging the police. Why do you arrested him? Why do you do this?
All right, thank you, Yakub. Are we being so hypocritical? Because all of us listen to this music, and we dance, we're all there, but you see, we hear these lyrics, and we just look the other way and dance. Are we also complicit in this issue?
Okay, so the issues have many layers, and I would say that I want to, we know what discussing, we don't want to just discuss the problem. Of course, we'll discuss the problem, but in discussing solution, while Mariam was talking, I wrote down what are the key influences, what are the things that influence children? What are the things that influence our youth? It's what the adults are doing, what they're saying, what they're watching. So we have social media influencers, we have artists, we have TV presenters, and we have the parents and society at large. Everybody's influencing this new crop of people. And the stronger the influence, the stronger the influence tilts towards negative, the more the new generation will tilt towards negativity. And so how do we deal with the issue? I remember when growing up, there was Otokoto. It was popular in the East. It was a case of money rituals. And our movies also portrayed how money rituals took place. Somebody carried calabash on their head and all of that. What did the government do? Carrot and stick approach. We need to do it more enlightenment like this, knowledge. You with the right value must preach your values. You must push your values. You can't afford to be silent because your children will enter the same society. So knowledge must go out. Carrot, then the stick approach. There must be justice. People there needs to be major justice. When I say justice, I mean what they did in the East then was to burn down all those places. They went into the bush, into those villages where those things were taking place, and they ransacked them and burnt down those traditional shrines. Yes, Okija. Those were the things both needs to go hand in hand. As long as we sort of pacify wealthy people, these young boys driving big cars, and we sort of like people, everybody just taking the little they can from them. They would know that make more money, settle the security agencies, you'll be fine. For us to deal with it, we need to take a very firm approach towards it.
Let me take this call from Engineer Joseph. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I think this thing you are talking about is a very simple problem, or the very simple way of solving it is we solve it from the head. The thing is why people are doing anything to get money is that because you don't ask somebody to get money, you don't care to find out why, how he get this money. You have big houses, somebody doing one thing, big thing or the other. Nobody care to find out how you get money. Provided you get the money, then you just take it. Now, if we think about solving it, if we solve it from the head, like those people today, now people are campaigning for president. Somebody is doing this thing. the thing is, let's know how those people in top get money. Somebody said he wants to become a president. He even enter president. They do this was about asset declaration before he gets into power. Now, when he's leaving, nobody cared to find out how much did he have. What is the asset of the asset declaration? I think it's a way of checking whether he stole when he was there. So if the president comes and say, I have 20,000 when I enter as the president, and the same person left the presidency and become a billionaire, nobody cared to ask him, how did you manage this thing? Now, if we want to stop this thing, those presidential aspirants today, they will ask them, how did you get from where you leave school? How do you get this billion you're having now? Somebody was asking Tinubu that all this.
Thank you, Joseph. I'm sorry. I think the line cut off. You know, I was not remembering this whole Naira Marley thing that happened. I can't remember what it was. It was something, and celebrities are coming out supporting Naira Marley, say, I like the song. And I'm thinking, you know, where do we draw the line with values and these vices? Because sometimes like the lines are so blurred that we don't even see. We dance very, I really, no. So it's very blurred because sometimes they'll say, he has the right to sing whatever he's saying. It wasn't you that gave him the inspiration for the music, and he's making money from his music.
If his language of song, this language promoted in a song, is against your vices, is it? No, it's not. You choose to dance. Till date, I have started passing it to my first child. If the lyrics of the song don't make sense, why are you promoting it? So what's it? Auntie, listen to what you're singing. So now she does it. She listens to the words. You can't sing everything that you hear. We need to bring dignity back to simple and small things. I love simple, small things. I don't know why. I just love it. You have a legitimate fish selling job. You're smelling fish. I will sit with you. I love that. We must bring dignity back that way.
Dignity to labor.
To labor. People working, they're bleeding in their hands, and you don't want to relate with them. But if you see your big, do you know those big people in those big, excuse me, how many big people can you question their source? All of us are online following big names, and you have comedians, those days they will joke, God punish poverty. Have you asked the wealthy at what cost? Because now we are finding out at the cost of every young girl's head who tries to go to partying. At the cost of every young, innocent child who wanders away from their mother. At that cost. At the cost of our entire integrity as a nation in the international space. Yahooing every day at that cost. Are we asking?
Okay, talking about the cost.
That line is not blood. I don't think when you sell a 1 million naira table at an event, it's not only the money that makes the success of your event. Because we make it about that money. Do you know how many people buy 10 million naira table from my hand? The people will buy them, how now? Now we are now here now. All of us were now suddenly, we were with the ask that time. Is it not okay that everybody, your event is fully loaded, and people with their legitimate sources of income were able to buy a seat? Why do you want to load the 1 million naira table at yourself, and then at the end of the day, you now come want to preach?
Just to joke about that,
blood now.
Bovi actually mentioned how the tables came about. That some people will call the organizers and say, we don't want to sit with the crowd. We'll pay more money.
We'll pay more.
Then 1 million table, now say we saw that they say, no, I want a table outside. I'll pay 5 million for one table. People were actually offering just so that they can show that they are higher than the rest. So they were creating that they were the ones. It is consumers that drove up the price of tables.
Let me take this call from Blessing.
That's one explanation.
No, let me take the call from Blessing. Blessing, are you there? Hello, Blessing, you're live.
Yeah, good morning. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes. Please, my own contribution this morning is that I read somewhere in China. I read from somewhere that in China that there is a law that even if you are rich, and your job is legitimate in China, there is a law in China that you don't flaunt your wealth on social media. Yes. Even if you are rich and your source of income is legitimate, you don't come and flaunt it, throw it out on people. It's a criminal offense. I read it somewhere that it happens in China. Me, I will ask if our government can put this kind of law into place in Nigeria. Because all these children, they will say a young boy flaunting a car of worth 100 million. They don't know how to make the money. They want to be like him, or like the person. Even if you are working and your work is legitimate, you have a legitimate source of income. You don't come and flaunt everything. Maybe our government should start from that. Even if you buy a Range Rover of worth 100 million, keep it in your house, drive it on the road. Don't come and flaunt it. Maybe our government needs to start doing that so that people will know.
Thank you very much, Blessing. See, I remember I was taking the Naira Marley example because I remember how people went for those who were trying to uphold the moral values that this is wrong. I can't remember what the issue was. Smoking weed or something. I can't remember what it was.
He said he did a music about Yahoo.
Yes.
And the EFCC came for him because they found evidence that he was actually, he might be involved. Yes. I don't think the case has been, he's still in court till date.
So the point is that lots of people went for him. A lot of people criticized the act. That went for him. People went for those who criticized him. Say, who are you to judge? What do you know? So is it that the entire society is in agreement with these acts?
Yes. So that's what has happened. Because there used to be a time that when you could call bad and everyone would align. But now, so I get your own conversation of where it seems blood. I don't think it is. Where people don't care about how it happens. The fact that that person has money, that's enough. So you have someone who has done something, you know, clearly this is wrong, but people will say, but he has worked hard. That's all they see. They don't care who he may have deceived or lied or stole from to get there. The second one is we don't ask questions anymore because we're afraid that when we ask questions, we'll be called jealous, we're envious. So we had a former senator, I think, who once said that when I was hungry, did not ask me how I paid for my hunger. Now I have so many cars, you're asking me where the money came. Who would ask? Because there has to be a legitimate way that you make money. We understand how you were hungry, but we also need to understand how you made that money. We need to know that when you made that money, you did not steal from someone else. You did not kill someone else to make that money. Because that person, that money that you're spending is not, if it's not yours, then you pay for it. So any money that involves you having to steal it, to kill for it, that is not your money. That's stealing. That's armed robbery. That's a criminal. However it is that you made, how much of it you have made, no matter what, you have to face the law. And that's the other part. I know you say we should not talk to the government, but we have to. We need to have a system where can punish those who have been found. Speed.
Let me take this call from Adiola. Adiola, are you there?
Yes, please.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Good morning.
Yeah, I had an experience. I saw a young man on Instagram. He works at a farm, Assetto Farms, right? And I was thinking that, okay, this looks good. Let me help this guy, you know, patronize him and all of that. Guess what? I ordered for foodstuffs and I paid, and he told me he was going to deliver the next day. But guess what? He's a scammer.
Wow.
He actually scammed me. And, you know, he stopped picking my calls. So when you see all those things, you know, you just wonder, why is it like this? If you can go into such business and, you know, be legitimate, you know, people will patronize you and you will make good money rather than scamming people. This is a young dude. I'm just trying to okay, fine. The page looks so good and, you know, apparently, probably he goes to farms to just take pictures and put it online, you know. And then I had to get in touch with the bank that I paid into. They're still working on it though.
Yeah.
But I just pray it gets to a good conclusion, you know, because it's...
So, please, let me just say.
Yes, talk with them.
Please, you see, the process of legitimacy is slow. And sometimes we need to be honest about it slow. I've worked in the past 1 year than I've ever worked in like 5 years put together. I'm not sleeping. And legitimately, I can't afford to buy a house for myself.
For now.
That's the truth for now. But I know I will. Do you understand? I'm working really working really hard. But I'm not stealing people's funds.
That's very important.
And the truth is, sometimes people assume, and I could have taken the fraudulent part. There are 2 locations I'm working on that I know if I make noise, people will buy it. But I've not signed the contract. And what most other companies I know do is you've not signed a contract, you've not bought a property, you are marketing it. Then you are unable to sell enough to pay for the property, and then you lose our property and you're turned into a scam.
Yes.
Follow the process. I've spent the past 6 weeks trying to close just one deal. One, and it is slow, but it is the process.
Yeah.
It might take a while, but
happy
you
that
will
it's
still
perfect.
enjoy it later. This is my own story, and the truth, later it will get better. But you are not. You see, these small boys. It's not about hunger. It's about lavish style.
It's arrived. So it's the materialism in some climes, and it was our own story. If you have the kind of wealth the former senator has, because Miriam doesn't want to mention his name, he went to ABU. If you have the kind of wealth that former senator has in some climes, he too cannot live in those climes and flaunt those wealth. Before he knows, by the time they let him know, they finish their work. They will just tell him, this car, this one, this one, this one.
We traced your accounts.
And by the time they are arraigning him, his lawyers are putting the books together, he's already in jail. They would have finished work. And it was our story in those days. Where did we lose out? How did we get here? Somebody will now come now and just want to arrive. You enter into your neighborhood. There's the neighborhood where I grew up, there's a young boy. And everybody, the parents just sort of secluded themselves from everybody saying they are gossiping. People are asking, this young boy, he doesn't leave the house. If he's into data analysis, let us know. He should be able to own it. I know someone who never leaves his house. He earns well. He's the younger brother. And I know the job he does.
Let me take this call from Ernest. Ernest, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I want to contribute to the...
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Discussion. Please, our society encourages a lot of crime. Even when you even look at the system, the more criminals are in the government. And what do they encourage? And the youth would like to copy them. Look at the reaction of the youth during NSAC. Immediately after the NSAC, crime increases. It's look at the trend. Why are we encouraging crime? Our security operatives are not working. Our law systems are not working. Our prison is not even working. People are meant to go to prison and get correction and come out. What do we get? Every day we blame government. Why our problems lies in our hands? And nobody's doing nothing. So these small children will, instead of going to school, they will go and learn Yahoo to meet up with the trend. We have cooking estate, we have Yahoo estate. And what do you expect? You see the cost of living skyrocketing, and people are doing nothing. If we don't work on this thing, even if we invite Jesus Christ to change our country, nothing will come.
You know, thank you very much, Ernest. You know, I know that, because I do some work for the Commissioner for Education, I know that one of the major issues she's trying to address is the fact that forcing every child that must go to the proper must do academic work. So they're trying to split it such that when you get into GSS, you can choose to learn electrician, become an electrician, carpentry properly. You know, and you don't have to go to, if the academic work is too hard for you, you can actually choose, and at the end of the day, you'll still be empowered to do well and get a degree that makes you a professional carpenter. So, because what we notice is that a lot of these kids who had academic issues, they drop out. So there's this pyramid. So they all come into from the primary school, and as they grow up all to secondary school, they begin to fall out because you pass your failing one exams. So it's those kids who are not being able to are not able to cope with the academic work. We're trying to make sure to make them useful, because many of them, they're idle hands. They have nothing else to do, and they're hearing that, oh, you can do online scam and you can get money. Sometimes we need to recruit these guys back into that educational system, because there's a problem that the educational system is the value that we thought we had in education, for some reason, is diminishing. And we need to sell that value back to families and people now.
You know what? That I think for what that is would serve well for those who just drop out and have nothing to do. But the problem we have is that those educated ones are also involved in this crime.
Yes.
So we have those who they have dropped out of school, but we have those who now add the education they have to pursue the crime. So the problem now is how to get into these people. So the next group of people we need to speak to are motivational speakers. And when Tokwe was talking about how, her new career and how much work she puts in. And I said, I'm happy it's Tokwe that's talking about it. When I first joined Your View, that I just love Tokwe because, you know, she speaks well, she talks about all these motivational things, you know. And I used to always say to her, I said, I don't really feel motivational speakers. I prefer to see someone who's doing something and watch. For me, I relate more to someone who has only talk, you know. And one of the things that motivational speakers tend to do is, if you think it, you have done it. If you dream it, it has happened, you know? So the process in between, you just never know the work. And now I'm happy that with your motivational speaking and the work you've put in, now when you tell them, you dream it, you work it, you get it. And I feel that motivational speakers need to be licensed. Find out what you have done. Don't be speaking just for speaking's sake. I understand you need to give people a pep talk, but let people know that that's all it is. There's more to it. People need to understand that work, you know, there used to be a time when we will argue smart work or hard work, making hard work seem as if it's a bad thing to do. But smart work involves hard work. Exactly. Hard work involves smartness. You need to people need to understand the process. You're 10 today, tomorrow you're 20. It took you 10 years to get to 20 years. So it's just a principle of life that whatever it is you're doing, there's a path, a growth path. It will take you time.
I don't know why. Let me quickly just jump on this. That you fall along the way, it's not a bad thing. That you're falling behind your mates, it's not a bad thing. Everybody's daybreak is different, and they must promote it that way. Working smart, I always say to my children, is thinking about it. Working hard is just doing it. If you want to wash the cup, you think about the fastest way. Should I use soap or water and keep scrubbing? I explain it like that. If somebody were parenting a child, and you put your child there, instead of saying work smart, the children will not be making this thing like, ento more way, low more way. So if you know how to cut corners, you're actually the brilliant one. It's not the person who puts the work in, read their books.
Let me take this call from Richard.
Kept the late night reading.
Richard, are you there?
I want to go somewhere.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
How are you today? Happy New Month.
Happy New Month to you too, sir.
All right, great. Okay, so do you remember this song? Me, I like Nigeria. I like the land and people. Everything they do for Nigeria. Make we join hands to make Nigeria better.
National orientation.
Do you also remember this one? Andrew, no check out again. No, Nigeria go survive.
Nigeria go survive.
Now, this song, where these jingles, there's this other one about arm robber. I can't remember. It used to play on radio back in the 80s. But I still remember the lyrics today. Today, we have the National Orientation Agency, right? And they have 9 functions. I'm on their website now. And I'll just pick out just 2. It says, to propagate and promote the spirit of dignity of labor, honesty, and commitment to qualitative production, promotion, and consumption of home-produced commodities and services. Another one is reorientate the populace about power, its use, and proper role of government in serving collective interests of Nigerians. If you go to their website, it is there. You have all these things. But can we successfully, or can we agree that these people have actually done these things? The Minister of Information is interested in borrowing 500 million, right, to refurbish NTA. Is that our problem of all the things in Nigeria?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Richard. So I'll come to you. We have to go on a quick break. You see, there's so many layers to this. You know, we talk about rituals, we talk about Yahoo, we talk about the government part and what we can do. But I feel that every single one of us are part of this. We're complicit in this, and I think we need to look at a mirror and talk to ourselves, because we all, every single one of us, need to retrace our steps, because we have all encouraged this somehow or the other. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still going to take in a few more phone calls and messages, but go ahead, please.
There's sort of like the elephant in the room in terms of politicians. I remember when I was just finishing, before I got married, I was talking to a group of people, and there were two guys that were saying that their ambition is to become politicians, and because it's very profitable. Yes, it was the profitable business. You know, you don't have money, and then you become a politician, and in 4 years, you buy a car, you buy a house, you travel abroad, you buy a house abroad. Like, your life can literally change with politics. And people get away with it, which is the real problem. People will do crime. Crime happens everywhere in the world. Even in China that they even kill corrupt people. Crime still happens there. what reduces the level and volume of crime is the level of justice, the strength of the justice system to wield that sword and deal with crime immediately. Those are the issues. Is the fact that when criminality happens, people can be in court for the next 10 years. They can be in court for the next 5 years.
Punitive measures.
There are no strong enough punitive measures to reduce how attractive crime is. And that is one of the things we need to improve upon here.
Okay, let me take Ade. Ade, are you there? Ade, thanks for calling. You're live.
Yes, this is very interesting, you know. What I want to say in a nutshell is that the environment in my country, Nigeria, encourages all sorts of things. I was in Nigeria late last year. I won't mention the place. So I stay in one hotel, and in that hotel, come on, see young boy, maybe 18, 19. They took the presidential suit, which is 700,000 naira a night. Young boy, and they park bench outside. And so many other, nobody's asking questions. So the environment, and before I came to Nigeria, I want to collect 10,000 pounds. I went to my bank. They said I should book it. I have to book that I want to collect 10,000 pounds. So they asked me to come after 5 days. Why? Because they want to make inquiry. Somebody wants to collect 10,000 pounds. They will check everything to make sure it's not money laundering. So I came after 5 days and they gave me my 10,000 pounds. But in Nigeria, you don't walk in and collect anything you want to. No, nobody is asking any question. So this is our problem, the environment. Poverty is a disease, I know that. But we shouldn't go by all means. When a mother will encourage his own son to kill another son for ritual, we read this case here, our heart bleeds.
Let me take...
It's a serious...
Thank you very much, sir. There was a message that came in. Okay. It says that parents were discovered to even be going on mountaintop to pray for success of their criminal Yahoo children, which is so unfortunate. The solution is to make Yahoo Plus and Yahoo crimes criminal offenses. If not, they will kill every one of us, which I think is really that last sentence. Because right now, initially it was go computer, scam white person and get the money. But now they're going into rituals. They're taking their brothers, sisters. They'll take me. They'll take you. They start taking everybody. Their hands. So all of us, we all need to raise an alarm because we need to really make this front burner.
Poverty is not a crime, not a sin. It's a situation. This God punish poverty is a crime, is a sin. It's a situation. You do something right, you get out of it. You go to school, you get a legitimate job, you start a business, you earn, you sell something, you get out of it. In a situation, if a person lives in a room that they can afford, are they still in poverty just because they don't live in a mansion? Is the person living in a mansion sleeping in more than a room in that mansion? Why did we materialize everything? Yeah. This statement is why we're here. Now, we have several statements we must correct. We've just started with poverty is a crime or a sin. We must also start with this popular one, he who is without sin. When God used it in the Bible, that's not how he used it. Now we use it to excuse and overlook wrongdoings.
Yes.
We need to bring back the meaning, the true honest meaning of certain things. We've abused everything.
Absolutely. Oh, someone wants to say that. Let me take this call. Good morning. You have a few messages for us?
Yes, I have some tweets here. So we have Engineer Tolek says, we celebrate nonsense in Niger. What is the meaning of Zazu? Okay. All these statements encourage teenagers to learn this game. Parenting is the major problem. I heard a parent telling a child after he failed WASC that he should go and learn work like his friends. Government and society is not really helpful concerning this Yahoo matter. Do you believe that somebody representing a constituency in Abuja from Ondo State was into this game? Okay, so I think there's a new thing in town. That because I've been hearing these words, but I did not understand what is this Zazu.
I think it's music. Let me take this call from. Good morning. I think it's Kunle from Majota.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kunle. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Morayo, the truth must be said. See, when you go to Ilejo, I mean this bar, club, whatever, you will see all these Yahoo. They are the ones that spend, they buy NSC 100,000, 80,000. You can't see salary another than 300,000 paying buying NSC 100,000 or 80,000. And you see all these ladies, they go after those guys. That is why they keep on using them for money rituals. If you ask those ladies, what does your guy do for a living? They will say it's a G guy. It's a G guy. To package the guy. They will not say the Yahoo guy. They will say it's a G guy. At the end of the day, when they go broke, they use the lady for rituals. They use the lady for money rituals. You see them going around with all these most beautiful ladies. Because when they they collect their money, they can afford to give the lady 500,000, 300,000. With salary that is any 300,000 that maybe is going to stay for 1 year before you can give a lady 500,000. But when they collect their money in millions, how much is 500,000? They call, come, how far, Jennifer? Take 500,000. The lady will be going up and down to say, oh, my guy is a G guy. And, they want to sit in front of the guy's car.
All right, thank you, Kule. You see, I want to go back to this issue of music because I don't want to let us go that easy. Celebrities, music, they are huge influences on young people. The lifestyle of celebrities, the lifestyle of musicians. Let us Davido, they're all out there. They're all there at clubs, smoking weed, drinking. It's the truth. Unless we don't want to say it. We see them. But we turn the other cheek. We turn the other way. We let them do the part. Jimmy is Davido. He's making money. 30 billion in the bank. Yes, he's making money.
Another area we can look into is somebody is saying that Ogun State's governor's aid was caught by FBI. It shows that even DSS cannot find out how politicians make and made their wealth. Let us go to politicians too. There's a report that that was supposed to discuss. I think it was yesterday about the fact that a lot of people are using politics to launder money.
Yes.
And that many money spent in politics, you cannot, if you dig, you will not want to know how the money was made. This Ogun State's
let me even support you. This one is a fact. Wadume, the kidnapper kingpin, whose activities led to the death of the gallant police officers, the few ones that will be daring to even fight this kind of criminality, had an history, followed in an article, with politicians sponsoring their campaigns. Till tomorrow, have we heard prosecution? No. Conviction?
No.
And those 3 police officers just died for this nation for nothing. The best thing the nation can do for them is have Wadume's hang him. Justice. Hang him, prosecute him. If you cannot, take him through, make it a public prosecution, put him up and make the consequence out there. For states that have already passed death.
I come to Mariam. Let me take Muiwa. It's been holding for Muiwa, are you there?
Hello, Mariam.
Good morning, you're live. Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much. I think you guys are discussing a wonderful topic. One of the issues we have is that in Nigeria, the system we have in Nigeria encourages things like this. For example, I'm a young man, I'm in my 40s, I should be able to afford a house of my own. But then I go to someone and I say I should bring 100 million to buy a house. Then I should pay in 12 months. I know people who are earning 1 million, 2 million per month who can afford to buy a house. Because we've created a society whereby we don't have mortgage system. We've created a society whereby you need to be mega rich to be able to afford the basic things in life. In UK, people buy iPhone 13 and they pay over 3 years. They have contracts. But here, you have to brag. You buy an iPhone for 1 million, and you're happy that, I bought an iPhone, I'm a rich person. Those things are common things over there. So we need to demystify wealth. We need to create a society whereby it is okay to enjoy basic things of life.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, to enjoy basic things of life, you need to be overly comfortable. To buy electricity today now, it's very expensive. To go to the market, it is expensive. So if we can create a system whereby to afford certain things is easier, people would calm down.
Thank you, Muiwa. Yes, Mariam.
Okay, yeah. So one thing that crime does, this fraud does, that it sort of creates like a parallel economy. People who are able to buy tables of 100 million or tens of millions of naira that do not earn that money make it seem like, oh, we have that sort of money. But the truth is that it's not the real money. It's not the real economy. So we're here building dreams, building a country on fake money, on stolen money. So that's why someone, a young man, will want to go and buy a house, but because they've been approached by all these 100 million guys that come up with the money out of the blue, people will overprice their properties because they feel that that money is there. But the real thing is that most Nigerians cannot afford that. Our economy does not have that money. That's on the one hand. Secondly, I think I should just clear this. So when I was talking about Tope being a motivational speaker, she used to encourage me to listen to these people. And I would say to her, I did not find those people relatable because I prefer to see people doing work. Not that Tope was one of those people, just to put that out there. Yes. Yes. So you know, you were talking about musicians, that we should stay there and not let it go. So there's another thing where I feel a lot of people do not understand that the music and the video that the musicians put out is also like a fantasy. It's a TV show. It's entertainment. It's not real life. So a lot of us, so a lot of us, you know, until we grew up, before we understood, even on TV, some of the programs, you know, you hear our children when they are talking about these programs, they talk about it as if it's real life. You have to say, this is Hollywood. This is not real. Yes. So if the musician puts it, some of them will tell you they would borrow to do this, get a car that is not theirs, shoot a movie in a house that is not theirs, put all these things together to give you an idea or a sense of that is what reality is. But the truth is, when you see them regular, sometimes we see some of these celebrities, when I now see them one-on-one, when they come here, I'm like, okay, because that is a persona, that is entertainment, and there's real life with real struggles and every day, and people need to see that.
Let me take this call from Isaac and I'll come to you, Nima. Isaac, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, quickly. My view towards this is, I believe if government can have a database for what everybody does in this country, like the work we do, there's a database for it. You want to buy a house, they log into your database to get what you do before you could afford a house of 100 million. You want to buy a car, there is a database for it before you be allowed to buy a car of 200 million. If you are going to buy a car, there should be a record that corresponds, that correlates with the kind of car you want to buy. And also, someone has spoken about flaunting what you have. You don't need to do that because so many young ones out there are looking at those things you are flaunting, whereby they will be tempted to go for it. So if you have database, I believe that will solve part of the problem, if not all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, what Mariam said reminded me of something. I wanted to come to you, Nima. There's something.
So she was talking about, you know, the music. It takes a very, very brilliant mind, intelligent person to be able to tell the difference. To be able to say, okay, this is all just fiction. Let me just, let me just enjoy the watching and move to my reality. But if a lot of people think, oh, that is the reality, this prosperity shown in the videos is the way. If you have not done that, that's the definition of success. When you ask a lot of people the definition of success, it's only adults or matured minds that will tell you, it's about me failing and getting back up. A lot of people will say it's about the money, the figures, the bank accounts, the house, the lavishness, the materialism. That's what they call it. And it's promoted, sorry, Murayo, by the music. Our musicians celebrate these guys. Not only did they churn out the lyrics, they celebrate them, they call out their names, they come at their events. I saw a video of a musician's a party, and it was in words of notes that they were spraying. Is that love? If I intend to spray you 2 million, I don't have to flaunt it. I can transfer it to your account, support your event, and respectfully come and eat and go. We used to have the yes, but it was not these words of not slapping and insulting or
shooting the gun
or shooting it with the gun. That is, of course, arrogance. That's,
but it's always been the Fuji artists.
That's another level of high.
There are many people that the Fuji artists.
You know, when things break down between some of these, we now hear. So we now hear they actually borrow each other this money. You take this money out, pretend that I gave it to you, pretend that you just paid me this amount.
Let me take Endurance.
So we now see, even on Instagram, it's unreal. It's
Endurance, are you there?
Audio.
Yes, I'm with you.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, first caller.
Welcome to the show.
Okay, concerning the trend now in town, you see, parents have a lot to do. Yes. Let me tell you my own personal case. When I graduated from school 2015, I went to Asaba. That's one of the headquarters in Delta State. So I went to Asaba. I met some guys. So when I get to home, when I went home after work, my parents told me that they will not collect any money from me, if it's Yahoo money or any other thing. So that thing is sent into my head. So parents go to play. So they are making legit money. I'm sending them 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. So they are very happy with it. So the parents need to they have say in this matter, and to the government need to pass so many laws. Let there be a punishment for any offender, even the political realm and the social realm. There is no law. Thank you very much.
You know, thank you very much, Mr. Gerard. I always say this, and I'm still going to find a proper way to couch it so that the message can really sink in. I always say that the middle class, or those of us who have traveled abroad, have some exposure, we are the number one problem of this country. Because we bring in stuff that our economy really cannot sustain. We have, I mean, I was saying that somebody gave us an opportunity to go to a 5-star hotel in Nigeria. And I entered the hotel, as wild as I was like, we can't afford this now. Yeah, this is not, we can't afford it. In that same stretch, somebody took me to a regular hotel, which was in VI, decent, nothing too exotic, but it was decent. Our economy can handle, now the average Nigerian, the middle class Nigerian can afford this. This is normal. I remember when I went to Kenya, Nairobi, and I was thinking, they said, oh, you're a manager, they have to give you a 4-star hotel. And I went to go to the hotel, and I thought I was going to get this really nice. They didn't have AC in the hotel room. The fresh open, they opened the windows. No, it was a 4-star hotel. And I got to my room, and
relative to the economy.
It was relative to the economy. Nice hotel, but it wasn't over the top. Same way, he told me same thing here. We buy the most exotic cars, Rolls Royce. How do we sustain this kind of things? Like, we cannot afford it. So we bring in stuff that we know we don't have the capacity to sustain, and we create this mirage for these young kids that it is happening, the money is there, but the money is not there. Our nation cannot handle it.
No.
Stop eating bacon. It's only Ogi we can afford.
But
that's the simplest way of saying it. Stop bringing in bacon because you can't afford it.
I had this conversation yesterday with someone, and I said, we were watching food channel, and I was like, how do we eat this kind of fish? I said, do you understand how expensive these things? I said, I passed my boundary, went to Ibrahim Seafood. I said, when he sent me bill, I just carefully walked back and said, we will eat it in future. The reality is that it's not convenient when we live our lives thinking that what is make-believe, what is the reality. It's not. Which is why I took our time to explain the level of hard work and the fact that I'm not wealthy. I am comfortable. I want a whole lot more to be more comfortable, but I had to explain that because people would assume we are on TV. Somebody sent me a message. I did a voice to reply. He said, because I know some of your level. That's it. Or somebody of your level will be able to help you.
Wait, guys. We need a show to explain about this our level. We need one day and we need to explain our level because people always assume that everyone that comes on this show is our friend.
Somebody of your level, you can get me job through all the connections. I say, so you think that everybody that comes on my show, I have their number and I'll be calling them and be giving them. I was like, that's not the reality.
Let me take this from Chudi Jare. Good morning, Chudi. Are you there?
Yes, good morning, Morayo.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
It has been a long time.
Yes.
It's hard to get you on.
Yes, the show has gotten more popular. So lots of people are calling in. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, based on the topic of today, I think parents are to be blamed. One, your child comes back home with something you did not buy for him or her. You kept quiet. You praise him or her, telling her that she's doing fine. Mothers have gathered to pray for their Yahoo children to be successful.
Yes.
Can't you see that the world is going wire? Things are falling apart. When a mother will be praying for a child who is doing Yahoo to succeed. Things are some things are not normal. So by the time parents start doing the right thing, look at the politicians. They gather money for themselves, for their children, for their grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. Children that are not working. see them displaying their level of arrogance in public, showing the public that they have made those kind of children. Do you ask people, who will they be in future? They look at the phones they handle. They cannot buy that phone, but they are having that sort of phone. These are the things that are happening in this country, and parents are keeping quiet. The government are keeping quiet. My dear, when parents start talking, things will come back to normal. Thank you.
I have this quote. I like to read this quote. I don't know whose quote it is, but I saw it this morning and I posted it on my story. It says, "Don't judge people by where they live. Sometimes there is more love in that little home that you will find in a mansion." Let me modify it. Let's not judge people by the enormous wealth they flaunt. The truth is that in that flaunting, there might be sorrow in it.
Ordinary people.
Yeah, so the point to the young person who thinks it's all about having this big life, there's more to life than this big flash in the pan wealth.
Contentment,
because they're flash in the pans. They come and you have this nice flash and everybody's excited. After a while, you can't sustain it. What are we preaching to these young people?
Sustain it. See, this is the point. So Tope can sustain a big mansion, maybe somewhere in Lekki. But I'm happy in my 2-bedroom. Happiness is the goal. She can be happy in a mansion, but must I outdo myself?
Yes. Your own happiness.
Thank you. Must I now kill myself, bend myself over, take away all the joy of my life just because I must match up and then be unhappy?
Exactly.
That's the goal. So, see, it's okay when you're there. Me, I always enjoy it. I just be, happy already. It's fine. Can I just be fine here? Don't push me too far. And so when you start to, someone once said to me, this our friendship is like you're dragging me backwards. I said, please, there's no point in the friendship. Because you see me, I will not run more than this space I'm doing because of you.
Wow. You know, sometimes I feel that we need to also understand that everything but, it's kind. So if you, as they say, if you plant cocoyam, you get cocoyam. Plant yam, you get yam. So someone does the work of putting a lot of energy and effort to make more money. There's a principle for that, to make money, and it's okay. So do the work, the legitimate work to make more money. So let me use Tope's business as an example. She's putting in a lot of work today. She's telling you that the work she's done in 5 years would not compare to what she's done in this 1 year. And then in 10 years to come, we see her leaving the proceeds of her hard work. Then you meet Tope at that point. And all of a sudden, all you want to be is like Tope without all the work that she has put in
for the 10 years.
Yes, she can be rich and she can be happy and she can be excited. We're not saying that wealth always comes with sorrow, but if you don't work, you may be enjoying it. But if you want to be at Tope's level, then you start where Tope started.
Exactly.
Or whatever it is that can help you, you would start on a journey yourself. You cannot now compare yourself at a point A with Tope's point 10. It makes no sense.
Let me interrogate that a bit. So, if Tope now gets to this destination, right?
Yes.
She's now very wealthy. She can afford the bacon.
Yes.
She can afford the salmon and all that, right? And because of that, you then import it. But the gari, all of us here,
that
we're here. All of us are here. We can't afford these things. So now, is it therefore okay for Tope to be eating salmon and all that when generally we can't, our economy cannot sustain it?
Yes, it's fine.
So does she, even though she has reached here, force herself to be eating the local food just because, listen, our economy cannot handle it? Because it's what I'm trying to understand how this person is looking at Tope. Yeah, we're not seeing the struggle, but we're seeing you here, and we want to be this.
So this is where we talk about systems and government. Tope can buy her salmon and she can buy her bacon, and she will pay for it. She will pay the country for it. She'll be taxed for it. So it cost her even a lot more than it would cost her if she was living abroad and buying that bacon. So she will pay for that. And then you, with your 30K money, you now put all your money, put your money together just because you want to eat bacon that Tope can buy plus tax easily. So it's okay for her to be, because she's also, not only is she eating what she has worked hard for, she's also making money for the country. And that's why
these government guys in this side are not paying the tax.
Let me put another context to it. So I have spent a lot of time with my mentors my core mentors have been in this business for the past 10 years. So I want what they have. It's my vision board. Then sometimes I'll start worrying my head, and I'll remind myself that they've done this thing for 10 years. Some have done it for 5 years. what you are seeing and admiring took them 5 years to get there. You are just 1 year. Continue the work. So we need to remind ourselves. Somebody comes to my house, my staff comes to my house and sees me eating wangaru chicken, and you say you want to eat it in your house. You have no idea. I have worked to buy that for myself. You are not there yet. I am not in the level of my mentor yet. I will get there if I continue doing the work. But I must be content to drive my fairly used car and be okay with the fact that it breaks down once in a while. And then I will work till I get there. Know that I'll not be hungry for that life and be willing to cheat, steal, kill to get it.
Don't die trying.
Don't die trying. This call. She goes here. Are you there? She goes here. You're live. Hello, Chigo's here.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, you're live.
Good
Go ahead, please.
Moraya and Co.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank you people for ever bringing this topic to the limelight, This Yahoo thing we are discussing this morning is consuming us as a nation. But my surprise is the authorities are keeping quiet. I know EFCC are there. I went to EFCC to report some of my tenants last time. Because they will come to your house, they will pay, their mother will come and pay. Before you know it, you will not see young boys, 18, 19, So I took the first step to go and report them, and I then discovered that themselves, they are overwhelmed. Let there be a strong law compelling all landlords to report them, and whenever they are reported, that the law should be hard on them. These people are killing people every day. If you see what is happening, what we are seeing is just a little. This thing is consuming us. Look at the whole of Magodo, Omole Fezon, Magodo Estate. They are all there. In fact, look at Sheri. That's their den. There's a hotel in Sheri. That if any Hauba that doesn't go to that hotel, that means they have not arrived. And everybody, the authorities are keeping quiet.
But he's saying that he reported to EFCC, and EFCC seemed overwhelmed because they couldn't deal with it.
Let me just read this tweet. You guys, what do you think? He says, "Good morning. Since NSAS, this Yahoo thing has become so common. These guys go around, do whatever they like, and even flaunt their illegal wealth. I think there should be a version of EFCC that can handle ritualists and Yahoo boys. This has to stop." This is the second person
we
saying...
have laws. It's not for lack of laws. And it's the will to enforce, the will to report. It's a culture that has, taken us over. We need to start the culture where we now hate this sort of things wholeheartedly. And we're content in our places so that no matter what is, put before us, a bribe or, giving, we will ensure that the right thing is done. People, mothers, it is a shame for any mother to choose between one child over another because of the balance of wealth.
Terrible.
It is a shame.
That one is a whole different day topic.
I know to touch it before.
Let me take this message from Mr. George. He says the problem should be tackled from the top. Ensure that politicians do not earn more than double the salary of the highest paid civil servants. That's another angle. There are so many layers of this.
But I think that we can all conclude on the fact that if we have justice, fast justice, it would reduce the prevalence of this thing.
And that thing is role modeling. We need to model those who are working, those who are watching you, those who are watching me. We need to model that. I gave a testimony in December how we were finally able to get a house. But even me as a woman, I asked for a house, we got a house. And now I said, Ahoga, change my car. It's like, we just paid for a house. Take it easy. Let us get a chair inside the house. You don't sleep on it. So I wanted it, but he had to remind me, take it easy. You can't get, this year, can't get a car. It's not possible.
Imagine if if your husband just comes out of nowhere, you know what he does, you know how much, all of a sudden he's just buying all sorts of stuff. Would you question it?
That's another question.
You would.
You buy the car, you have the house, buy everything.
And it's not reflecting, you know what we do.
I used to doubt, this sort of holier than thou thing, because I say it and I insist on it. And my husband was talking to my own sister-in-law over the weekend and said, if the world I can get, Nima deserves I put it at her feet for what she's done and how she stood by me in my marriage. But she would not want it. She would hate it. Because I don't want to use things that I cannot sleep and rest.
You sleep and rest.
No.
That's we have to run.
We have to run.
That told us once that even you wives, when your husbands bring some things, you should
question it.
And women were like, question it. Meanwhile, side chick will just...
You run out of time, guys.
It's not the value.
You run out of time. You can sleep in a nice, beautiful house.
Yes, and you'll be okay.
Yes, afford it legitimately. Yes, just have a decent house.
You will get
decent.
That is all we can take on the show today. We thought we were going to take like 30 minutes, but the whole show.
I'm shocked.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
See messages.